I recently read an article in the Courier, and I found the content wonderfully uplifting. If it turns out that you read it too, then I hope you can appreciate how I formed my talk today. The written piece was about a project run by Space Art Scotland. The letters in space here represent Scottish prison, arts and creative enterprises. It told the story of a local artist, Mary Ann Orr, who works with prisoners throughout Scotland and for the last year has been guiding them to fold and put together nearly 20,000 paper sunflowers. These are under a project called Art for Children in Ukraine. The sunflower is the national flower of Ukraine, and it is so important and symbolic to the people of that country. So Mary Ann wanted to do something with it as a way of raising money. The prisoners also wanted to do something, and it wasn't easy coming up with an activity, but eventually an idea formed. It was to be a bright yellow sunflower made from card, folded origami style. It had a blue ribbon also on it, and a QR code in the centre where the seeds would normally be. This QR code is to enable the public to scan and donate however much they can to the charity. The appeal has just been officially launched on February 24th, 2023, and Mary Ann is planning to travel across Europe with art supplies bought from the donations raised from the prisoners' sunflowers. She's going to deliver supplies to fellow artists in Ukraine, who will then use them with children in Ukraine to give them an outlet to express themselves using art as the medium. The children who have experienced trauma will be helped greatly by this creative process. Mary Ann also hopes to get people to support the project by taking boxes of the sunflowers for their communities, businesses, schools and organisations. So hopefully we will have a chance to do this ourselves, and maybe even through the church here, the sunflowers will be available. Mary Ann was quoted in the papers as saying, "I am a Christian and God guides everything I do." Mary Ann has found all doors have been opened to help her bring this project into reality. What a wonderful example of God working in the lives of Christians today. So, what are the benefits of the arts and crafts for the prisoners? For this project in particular, the prisoners themselves wanted to do something for the Ukraine appeal. They were hearing about it when they watched the news and when they read articles on social media. They asked, how can we help? They knew their options were limited, but they wanted to do and give something. Giving is a basic human instinct. It inspires more giving, and it nurtures a sense of responsibility. If the prisoners are given this opportunity to give something back, then they in turn will be able to rehabilitate back into society as more responsible members, made new and hopefully free from the desire to re-offend. In the Old Testament of the NIV Bible, the New International Version, we can read in Proverbs 11 verse 25, "A generous person will prosper. Whoever refreshes others will be refreshed." The message here is knowing that you've been able to help someone is its own reward. But as this verse notes, being generous and open-hearted means God will also see to it that you are rewarded. In this article, I saw so many people being generous and in many different ways. The artist was generous in sharing her skills and patience to get the project off the ground. The people who donated the craft materials were generous with their available resources. The prisoners, who were able to give their time, they didn't need to spend hours carefully folding origami sunflowers. They could have chosen to spend their time doing the usual activities and tasks that are designed to fill their waking hours. I also can see that more than one will prosper from this generous act. The artist, the prisoners in their mental health. Through focus and creativity while making the sunflowers, the prisoners are helping to heal the wounds that they may have and which have led them to commit crimes. The artists and the children in Ukraine, they also will prosper. And who will be refreshed from this project? Mary the artist, a fellow Christian, guided to help others using the gifts given to her by God and used effectively. The prisoners, a glimpse of hope for their future. Their families and loved ones, a new start for all. Their loved one is back. Society, those of us who can give money to the appeal when we scan the sunflower. And of course, the children of Ukraine and their future. Thousands are living in fear of their lives, many orphaned or separated from the families. The arts and crafts materials which are being taken out to Ukraine will help the children through art to deal with the trauma of this terrible war. However this reflection leads you today, I hope it's encouraged you on a personal level to pray and ask God to help you to do something which will uplift you and help others at the same time.